Guys, it's Michelle with Complete Wellness, and today I want to talk to you about three types of people that you should try to avoid at all costs, whenever possible. At least minimize your time you have to be around them. Let's start off with number one, which is the manipulator. This is the person who will use whatever they have to get what they want. There are no limitations, there's no low that they won't sink to. But the way they usually sidle up to you is either they'll bond with you, like usually over something you both hate together, because they're very negative people. They feed off the negativity. They like to try to get something on you. So they may present themselves as a confidant. Hey, you can tell me. And they may even tell some story about themselves, true or not, to make you feel like, one, well, now I have something on them, so they couldn't possibly betray my secrets. Or, their secret they think is like yours, so they'll understand. They're my comrade. Let me talk to them about this because they've been through it, they understand it. Be careful who you tell things to and who you screenshot to and what you write down. That can be used against you. But even in just telling your secrets to them. So now they have convinced you to open up to them. They're someone you can really talk to. They understand you. They get you. Unlike the other people. Oh, they would shame you, but not me. I don't judge. Tell me all about your secrets. And then you do, and maybe you start feeling like, okay, this is too much, I don't want to talk to you anymore, or I don't want to listen to your problems anymore, and that's when they start turning the screws. Wait a second, I know too much about you. Like, that, there is no one who's going to understand you the way that I do. Whether this could be a friend, this could be someone you're going to date, and maybe you're like, okay, this is not working out, have a nice life, and they don't want to lose the power they have over you and that they can use you. Because once someone gets their hooks in you that has this sort of personality type, you give them some sort of power that they don't have naturally, organically. So they don't want to lose that. So that's when that's when the ugly side comes. Oh yeah? Well, I bet your husband would like to know about the things you just told me. Or I wonder if your boss knows that you spend half your day on Facebook. Maybe someone should tell him. Or whatever the case may be, that you have lowered your defenses around this person and let them know your routines. Oh my gosh, I eat cake in the bathroom at night because I'm on a diet plan with my daughter. I don't want her to know I'm cheating or whatever. You have told this person all of the things that you would not blast on Facebook, let's say. And now they know. So they're using this against you. You really want to take a chance. Or the person, for instance, that if you're dating them and you've told them all your freaky deaky, and for whatever reason you decided you don't want to keep dating them, and now they try to convince you no one else is going to do that thing you like, only I will do that. Or those ideas that you have about romance or whatever, only I'm going to be okay with that. Other people would think you're a freak. Or you're not lovable by anyone but me, because I get you. Remember, comrades. Whatever the case, you have to understand that always trust your intuition. Because when this person starts lowering the boom on you, you feel it. Like if you're not going out for drinks, so in the sober state of mind, you feel when someone is almost interviewing you versus, or they come on too quick, they're getting too personal too quickly, or they want to know too many intimate details. But either way, your spidey senses will be going off, And once they do, before you confide in someone, before get to know someone. I mean, in the day of internet, you can get on the Facebook page, whatever. I mean, yes, it's not a true judge of who they are, because you can put whatever you want on Facebook. But if you're going back 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, and they're posting pretty much the same stuff, that's probably who they are. Be more careful. Do some investigating. When someone's too eager to get in your life and your personal business, even if you're dying to have someone to confide in, take that as a red flag. The second person is the bully. And this person is someone who, they don't respect or love themselves, or they have no power. So, like the boss who's a dick, and he just seems to like deny your PTO requests just because he can. That type of, or she can. Because they don't have power at home, maybe their spouse runs the show, or maybe it's it's someone, a friend or a coworker or whatever it is. Understand that that's not about you. When they're trying to, because they have no self-esteem, no self-worth, no power to speak of for themselves or in their own life. So rather than work on that, I mean, it takes a little effort to set out to change it. A bully is lazy. They would rather just pick you apart, put you down, belittle you, make you feel like a dick, because then the attention's on you. Ha ha, look at that idiot. They didn't do that right, and they can never do anything right. Rather than focus on what is it in you that is making you feel like you have to lash out. It's uncomfortable. I don't like it. Let's look at them. Look at that funny mole on their face. Did you see what clothes they were wearing yesterday? That sounds like gossip, but people who gossip are bullies. That comes from the same strain of insecurity where I don't want to think about myself, or the thing that, say you see someone who's in good shape and you're not, the person who doesn't love themselves enough to actually work on that, to sketch out a plan and get better themselves, it's easier in their mind to just turn it on someone. Give them a donut. Oh, these pants. Oh, I can't. Nothing fits me. Oh. So that's a bully. They're the ones you find gossiping. They're the mean girls. Whatever it is about you that makes you different. Whether you're gay, whether you're of a religion that's not predominant in your social group. Whatever it is that makes you different, they throw themselves on that, because it's better to put the spotlight on you than for them to have to face their own ugliness. So, and that's just someone who, like I said, they have no power in their own life, whether it's they've been henpecked to death or whether they don't feel useful. And so they take advantage by, and you see this a lot on Facebook, where people attack. It's real easy from behind a keyboard when you're not in person to look someone in the eye. It's really easy to sit back and say, oh, you're a dumbass, oh, you're stupid. It's easy. And then, especially that person who is, I'm not judgmental, I never judge. And then every other post is a judgment against some sort of faction or religion or group or lifestyle. But anyway, the key to dealing with a bully is simply not to participate. It's not about you. Taking it personally is only going to upset you. It's all about them, all in their own head. And as much as you can, just ignore that person. There are protections in place, and they're getting better. But as much as you can, avoid that. If it's someone on your Facebook page, delete them. Oh, but that's my brother. Delete his ass. I mean, so what? Family. Look, your family are the people who stick by you. Period. I don't care about biological relations. Someone who's bringing you stress and making you feel like shit. Why do you want that in your life? But we're related. Okay. Good luck with that. The next one is the egomaniac. And this is, it's not what it seems. By the title, you would think that they're really conceited, full of themselves. They think their shit doesn't stink. Not so much. That's a mask. That's to deflect how much they don't love themselves. Again, in the case of the bully, they don't love themselves. They're overcompensating. That person, yeah, and I'm not talking about your joker, the one, because I like to do that too, where I'm awesome, but you admit to being a nerd, you're clumsy, you're whatever. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the one who, most typically, you'll see them try to be the center of attention. And as to the extent that you can serve them in that way, they will love you. You're the best buddy. Come with me. Call me every 10 minutes. But what they're really saying, they're an attention whore. They need constant attention, constant validation, because they don't know how to validate themselves. They don't have any self-love or respect. And rather than take the time to dive into that and see what that's about, how can I, create happiness for myself rather than always needing it to come from an external source. Because that stuff is fleeting. Because it's Friday, you're happy, or it's your birthday, or waiting for those moments, or the people, oh, so-and-so's coming over, it's going to be a good time. It should come within yourself and extend from you out to others, not seeking it, because then you piss away your power. Because you can only be happy when so-and-so comes to see you, or again, with the whole attention whore thing, that's the egomaniac. That's the one who, I don't want any drama, and then they fill their Facebook page with stuff that's dramatic. I can't stand when people bring me, their toxic bullshit, and then they're the ones putting out toxic bullshit. And again, that's the one, they're very needy. They're what I call emotional vampires. Because they just take. You can never, they're like a tick. You can never fill them up enough. And let me tell you, you think you're their best friend? Wait until you can't serve them that way or refuse to serve them that way anymore. Then back to the manipulator, every single thing you've ever told them, get ready to see on Facebook. But the bottom line, don't ignore your vibes. Everything's vibrational. Everything in you is vibrational. When you walk into a room, you can tell someone just got bad news, or you can feel that energy. When you're dealing with someone, first of all, take a while to fill them out. Do some research. It's not hard to research people now. Find out if they are who they really say they are, for one, and for two. And as far as catfishing and all that crap, there's ways around that. Skype me. And if you're not going to Skype me so I can see who you are, done. Click, delete. You got to get really, really bold and definitive about what you will and won't allow. And if they get their feelings hurt, they get their feelings hurt. Meanwhile, you get to live a happy, healthy life without that influence in your life. So, or to minimize it, like I said, maybe it's a boss, you can't get away from that, or a neighbor, but you can minimize it. Don't invite more of the conversation or whatnot.